Being a father is a challenge to any man's psyche, and there's a fundamental reorganization that you cannot avoid when you begin this journey. Sharing the journey with other dads makes a world of difference. Bruce Linton. This is Dadography, a podcast with stories and insights on fatherhood from dads around the globe, dedicated to providing you with the tools and tips to become a better dad.
We're pretty spread out now. We've lost that community of grandma saying, "How you doing, Grace?" And then they don't see you. They see you once a year, if that. They don't get to see you on a daily. And so those things are important, that you can have somebody say, "Hey, am I tripping? Or how can I go about this a different way?" And I think that really sets the tone for just hearing a different perspective. It's not just black and white. Sometimes it's a little nuanced, and talking it out with other people that love you. It's okay to say, "I don't know." It's okay to say, "I'm afraid for my child." Men have a major problem with saying, "I'm scared and I don't know." It often comes out as anger. You're angry. No, you're just scared and you don't know. And that's okay. These are the things that in an environment of non-judgment, you can talk about. You can grow fast.
And another part of it too is as men, we don't really discuss these things. There are a lot of subjects as men that we need to discuss that we just don't, either because of pride or because we're being told that, we're supposed to hold everything as men, that men don't talk, that, we're supposed to be stoic or whatever. But as men, we need to come together and to discuss issues or problems or situations that we have and seek the advice of, men who we trust in our lives. It is perfectly okay to seek counseling. It is perfectly okay. I know in the Black father diaspora, there's this resistance to getting help. Get help. Be it from a trusted man in your life, be it from a pastor, be it from a counselor, get help. It does get better. It doesn't always stay horribly wrong. It does get better.
I think that this is a very unique podcast. The idea of dads being able to hear from other dads about best practices, the things that they've learned, things that they would maybe do different. Right. Also to hear the challenges sometimes, and having a forum where people can hear about the positive things that I learned from my dad, the things that I aspire to be as a dad, and the ways that I can improve, and to hear other people, that's hugely valuable.
So I went down this bad rabbit hole of depression. One, because I'm hurt, but two, because I couldn't answer that question. So I started looking on websites and pages for men who are struggling with imposter syndrome and depression and not knowing where to turn. And so I found pages like yours. I found, Dad Vlog, Kenny Clutch, Fatherhood is Lit, the Dad Gang, and so on and so forth. And then I just realized, oh my God, there is a plethora of information out there for men who are kind of dealing with the same thing I'm dealing with or have the same questions that I have.
These are things that I think dads need to do a lot more of, right? Because as I'm talking to you, I'm learning as well, right? As we both said so far, there's no perfect dad, there's no perfect journey, and as long as we continue to be that lifelong learner, not just with books, but in how we are as parents, I think that's all we can do.
I'm going to say, number one, I just tell them, don't give up. Just keep at it. Sometimes it can really feel like a grind, but don't give up. Also, I would say, don't be too hard on yourself. So, none of us is going to get it perfect. So just, keep on keeping on, keep on giving it your best shot. when you don't, live up to your own expectations, just don't be too hard on yourself.
You know what's been the saving grace? Getting around dads who are doing it and been doing it for a while. They have grown kids, and my circle expanding now, and meeting more good dads who can give me some more tools to put in the toolbox. We need this because there are plenty of us out here doing a good job, but we need to learn how to do it better or improve. A lot of men don't know how to, but they're afraid or ashamed sometimes to ask. So platforms like this can let them tune in, and nobody have to see them or even know them, but they can listen and glean from it and become better fathers.
My final words would be to encourage other dads to continue to get insight from other dads. Let's each one teach one. Let's let iron sharpen iron so that we can ultimately become better dads. We hope you've enjoyed this episode of the Dadography podcast. Thanks very much for listening. I would, however, like to invite you to be a part of the show. Visit our website at dadography.net. Scroll down to the bottom of the page, click on the microphone, tell us your name, where you're from, and what fatherhood means to you. Remember, it takes more than DNA to be a dad.